following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
That's food.
Thursday, you are looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 86 degrees. The high is 88. The low is 68.
He is Shannon.
He's back.
This is Nate. This is Kurt Two Pump Daniels. In the back is Chris Bean, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille people. Hear us when we speak.
Brought you each and every show by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Shout out to Wingstop again.
Yeah.
We get free food. We'll talk about you extra all week long. Thank you, Wingstop.
If it's free, it's for me.
Yes, sir. We will do things for money and free food.
We will.
Fellas, how we doing?
Good.
Doing good, man. Love that polo.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
old
Classic.
school.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good, right?
Reebok.
Picked up my little food that dropped on it, man.
That's fine.
A little corn dog juice.
Gives it a little character.
They got the fire going over there at the lunchroom today, man. I had me a corny dog.
I heard
boy.
churros and corn dogs.
So
And
they had it going on over there, man. Then you would pick the one spot. Come on, Shan. You've been on a tear the last.
it looks good, though. I like it. I like it. Vintage. How you doing, Kurt?
Good, man.
You good?
Yeah.
Jesse, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm recharged. We do have to
Give a shout out.
Yeah, we do have to give a shout out.
Yep.
We do. This is a must. And you two guys haven't heard it yet. I'll play it for you later on. But we got to give a shout out to our guy Mo. Mo from Kuwait. Mo's dealing with some health issues right now.
Wow.
So Mo, we want to let you know, brother, that we are thinking about you. We're praying for you, and Mo said he's going to take this thing head on like it's an ankle sprain. So this guys, keep Mo from Kuwait in your prayers. Mo, we want to let you know, man, you are hanging with the boys. We don't have this show without great fans like you. So from me, from Kurt, from Nate, from Chris in the back, from Shannon, brother, man, we love you, man, and we're thinking about you. Keep fighting this thing. Get better each and every day, man, and we're going to make sure that we hold it down. And Nate, he says that he's gonna beat this thing, and he said he's gonna take you up on that offer, that cross country trip. He said he's gonna pay for everything. He said he's gonna pay for the gas, for the lodging, for everything.
So you making sure he don't get left on the porch.
He said he's not buying you no souvenir. He said he's not buying you a souvenir. He said because you're not gonna get some $2,000 pair of boots and be walking around on them like you don't know they're $2,000, like your sneakers that you got that you don't even know about. He said, but he said you guys are gonna drive to New York City,
Right.
Then they're gonna fly me into Jersey,
Right.
and then y'all gonna drive by.
Right.
And pick me up off the porch.
And close it and end the story.
And then
finally close the story.
Finally close the chapter in that story. So Mo, brother, we are thinking of you, man.
Mo, man.
You are in our thoughts. You are in our prayers each and every day, man. Get better, get well, and we look forward to seeing you here in Dallas, healthy, my brother. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Get better, Mo.
Wow.
All right. We got a lot to cover today because we held back for you, Jesse. We waited on you to come back.
Thank you.
But there's something this may take half a minute. This may take a whole segment because Nate will probably tune us out as soon as I bring it up. But we have to acknowledge our kicker. I know we talk about him. We think he's great. What happened today, Kurt? Something happened?
Yeah.
Nate's already rubbing his head.
Special Teams Player of the Month for September. So,
and that's the fourth time in his career?
Fourth time in his career.
So you think they're homeschooling their kid?
Maybe.
So my question to you guys is,
Look, there's another one.
He's going to get paid.
Nate checked y'all out already.
Right?
Yeah, he'll get paid all right.
He's going to get paid. Somebody's going to pay him. This is the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
And currently,
that was a mixed, diverse group.
It was a very mixed, diverse dude.
Yeah. See how he's just completely
working
out.
Now, okay, the kicker.
The kicker.
He is very special.
Right.
Only time we need him is to win or tie.
But no, I disagree because the way he's been, this new kickoff rule, he's been nailing these new kickoffs and putting them on the 20 instead of the 35. So not only is he scoring you points,
He just giving us more agony because that means the touchdown will be coming from a longer way. Come on, man.
so my question to y'all, I know how Nate feels about this, but he's a weapon, man.
Yes, he is.
He is a weapon.
Yes, he is, man.
Right now, Kurt looked this up. Harrison Butker, the Chiefs kicker, has a 4-year, $25.6 million deal. And I know you don't normally pay kickers, and I don't think you would do more than 3 years for a kicker because one wire gets crossed and they're done. Maybe you do a 4-year deal, but what's his if he hits the market? What is the market going to be for him? Is he maybe the first $8, $9 million, $10 million kicker in the league?
And Brandon Aubrey respects women way more than Bucker does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
add that to the mix.
he's clean.
That to the mix.
So far.
Add that to the mix.
But I
I
mean,
don't think we'd see that big a jump, but he should
I
be
mean-
the highest paid.
but what's that value now? Especially if they keep this kickoff rule. That's a big 15 yards starting position is a big deal, and he's nailing that almost every single kick.
Not only that, but with the new way and Vic Fangio from the Philadelphia Eagles talked about this in the press conference the other day. With the way now that the kickers are able to work these balls, that didn't come out right. It's
okay. We know.
Golly,
We know what you
work
meant.
these footballs, and just they don't have. God.
So what did you do on your off day? I thought you was clearing your mind on your off day. I thought you was clearing your mind,
I'm
Jess.
off my game
Take
already.
another day off.
I missed one day and I'm off my game, man. God, dang, that's dang. But he said that he says that Aubrey. He said soon he feels like he'll be able to kick a 70-yarder, and so when you have that level of confidence in your back pocket with the kicker. That helps you. That helps you in a lot of football games where if you get to 50-yard line, that you have a really good chance of adding points on the board. And in these tightly contested games, you always want to have that one advantage, right? Sometimes it may be your quarterback, it may be your run game, it may be your receiver, it may be your offensive line. But this is one of those things that it's like car insurance, right? It's literally like car insurance. You never think about having car insurance. Car insurance never crosses your mind. It comes out of your account every single month, right? Until you need it.
Right.
Until you absolutely need it. And now you want to be able to go, oh yeah, I got car insurance for that. Boom. That's what Brandon Aubrey is. He is the insurance for you when everything else is going wrong around you. That right now has become a sure thing for this Cowboys offensively. Now we can move on.
What would you pay a kicker though?
Whatever he wants.
That's what I'm saying. That's the question you had. Jesse normally answers the question.
Like, what's
but
he
you
worth?
went the long way of nothing.
He's worth whatever Bucky's worth $1 more.
$1 more. Okay.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
$1 more.
I'm whatever he's gotten, and by the way, his agent is Todd France, so that's Dak Prescott's agent. So he's gonna have the highest quarterback paid in the league. He's gonna have the highest kicker in the league. Boy, Jerry and them be dealing with some sharks now. Every agent they deal with now want over. They want their client has top of the market ability.
All right. What do we want to jump into? We got a lot of ground to cover. Where do we want to go first?
Well,
Well, hold on, man.
What?
Jesse, can you share with us about yesterday? Wow.
We'll talk about the Jets. We'll talk about the Jets.
That hurts me, man. That crushes.
Kurt, where you want to
Since
start?
he ain't gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell. Nah, he told me a secret, so I gotta keep it a secret. Oh man, you hurt me. Then
That's a first.
yeah.
That is a first. That will be a first.
Wow.
That will be a
Wow,
first.
Chef. You ain't gonna stop, are you? You go. This
The
gonna
only
be your
time
own
you
thing.
keep, the only time you keep a secret is if somebody calls you one-on-one.
Right.
If it's in the group text, it's fair game. It's usually
but
coming on the air.
he called me in secret, so I was like, no sir. Yeah, let's go.
Where you want to go, Kurt?
well, before we get too deep into the Jets, what are we going to do about this offensive line? We've got all these
question.
So all these overtime games we're playing. Is it taking a toll now? I mean,
No, it's
looking
just
at
that's bad luck. It's just bad luck.
Guyton has a concussion. Doesn't look like he's going to play. Turpin looks like he's going to be out. Smith's got a knee. Didn't practice, but
Turpin doesn't play offensive line, Kurt.
No, but in general.
He's just in
I got
general,
that.
yeah. Boy, you going at? Is anybody safe? You, man?
Making sure he knew.
Yeesh.
Make sure he knew.
Yeah, I think I got that much down.
Do we have enough people to start?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Sign you
Yes,
up,
we
dude.
do. We got Nate Thomas, and the thing is, I always like for the anchor guy, which is our left tackle, left guard, Tyler Smith. They say he's a little banged up and nicked up. Now that's when I get worried. You always need that dog on the line to keep everybody. Because when you look over there, like it used to be for Big. It was us, Big E. We'll look over there, at Big E, and we'll get our strength. We'll get our ugliness from Big E. So as long as we got that left guard in there, I think we're gonna be all right. So that is my big question. Guyton, they'll put Nate Thomas in. But we can't lose still. Then we won't have any. I don't know who comes after that.
Hakeem.
Yeah,
Adinajay.
yeah,
And then his backup's hurt.
yeah. So we're down to the bottom of the barrel, man. And not saying that the barrel is bad because they love some Nate Thomas. Mm-hmm. These people love some Nate Thomas. So all we gotta do is make sure he know how to get up on the offensive line, and we should be all right.
And let me also say this may not come as a thing that's really a big story, but to the point of the offensive line, if you're going to be without multiple offensive linemen, you're now talking about having backups up. You got to have enough offensive linemen. So Trevor Keegan, they're probably going to have to bring him up, depending on how that happens, right? So that's another jersey that goes to a backup offensive lineman because you don't know what you'll have in this game. Yeah. So where would that now? If you give him a jersey, somebody else, and I know that we've talked about maybe Jaden Blue probably getting the start this week. Where does that other jersey come from? What guys are going down? What guys are coming up? So that's one of those storylines that you have to look at because of all these injuries heading into this week. And
to add to what he's saying, they ain't taking it away from defense because they need every jersey they can get. So it's going to be an offensive guy that they shift around. Because I'm serious, because the defense ain't like our secondary is equally injured as well as our offensive line. So,
and the red, Kurt, is injured?
Yes.
Or out? Is it just they show up on the injury?
Either a rookie. It's injury and rookies is the red.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. It's a colorful sheet.
Now, so we're going to get to the Jets or anything else, Jess, you would like to share with us?
Nope. Let's go to break so you can just get it out. Just get it out in the break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk about the Jets. So hang on with the boys.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star. just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. All right, let's talk about their quarterback. Because we've had some issues with mobile quarterbacks that can break the pocket down and escape. And this guy is probably probably Lamar and then everybody else, but he's at the top of that second group. And what do you see in him, Jesse? And how much trouble? I don't think are we going to have trouble is the question. How much trouble are we going to have? Is he looking at a 70, 80-yard rushing day?
If you're not sound, easily. Because here's the thing about Justin Fields, the Jets quarterback, is he's not going to – I went and looked in his entire career. It's not a long career, but his entire career, he only has, I believe, 4 games of 250 yards or more passing in his entire career. Right? Now, I mean,
he's been in the league, what, 4 years, 3 years?
Maybe 5, because he did a couple years in Chicago. Then he went to Pittsburgh, and now this is year.
2021 was his rookie year.
So fifth year. So this is fifth year.
Okay.
So this is not a guy who is going to wow you with his arm. Right now, he can throw the ball, but he's not. He to me, he's an athlete playing quarterback. He's not a quarterback who's athletic. Okay, that there's a difference in those two scenarios. And for Justin Fields is, yes, he'll throw the go ball, and he has a really good receiver in Garrett Wilson, who I'm a fan of. But I'm not worried about him doing that. What I'm worried about is the RPOs. And if there's any level of communication that needs to be had for the Cowboys, I don't believe it's in the back end. It's when we break the defensive huddle. The first and second level defenders for the Cowboys should all understand and know who has the quarterback. Like, that has to be number one. When they break the huddle, Sanborn shouldn't be asking Murray. Murray shouldn't be asking Leofau. Leofau shouldn't be asking. Everybody know in those first and second levels, no matter what happens in this play, who's responsible for the quarterback. Because if you lose him, he's gone. He is out of there. And I know for a fact, it's not a linebacker that we have right now that's going to be able to catch him. No. Not one. And this might be the game you might have to go tell Jack Sanborn, hey, brother, this is not your fight. Yeah, we might need to go a little faster. But what makes it difficult with Justin Fields is their personnel, because they will go 12 personnel, 21 personnel. So it means that you have to keep your base package out there. It's not like when you go nickel or dime, when they're going 3 and 4 wide receivers, where you bring the smaller guys in, and now you can bring a smaller linebacker in. That's when the Leofau. If your base package is Sanborn and Murray, because that is going with how they send out their personnel, because they're going to run the football. You better learn how to tackle within this week. You can't tackle the way you tackled against Green Bay. They're going to run the football. Breece Hall, they lost their other running back, number 0, to a knee injury. He's going on IR. But Breece Hall, they're going to run the football. They're going to run it right. They're going to run it left. They're going to run a lot. They're going to use that to play action. Again, they want to get Justin Fields out the pocket. They want to roll him. They don't want him standing, statuesque. You as a defense, you want him in the pocket. So when you're rushing Justin Fields, you're better off allowing him to stay in the pocket and you not getting the sack than you going for the sack and missing it. And now he comes out the back door, or he creeps through a lane and guys have their back turned, and now he's off for 45 yards down the football field. So for Justin Fields, it's keep him in the pocket and then understand who is assigned to the quarterback. If they're going to go spy, however they decide to do it, everybody should know when they break the huddle who's responsible for number 7. I don't think he can truly hurt you with this arm. He can kill you if you allow him to get mobile and be outside the pocket and breaking containment. So that's when you have guys like, I know that we want to rush up the field, but you got to kind of almost you have to rush in such a way that you don't overrun him. You don't give him a lane. He's looking for a lane. He's looking for a way to get out of there, trying to escape. If you keep him in the pocket, you have a much better chance, especially if Eberflus wants to run this zone defense. Make him have to throw through 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 guys. Like, that's the part where you have to, make Justin Fields play the quarterback position. Don't let him be an athlete.
They have somebody spying him each play, or necessarily, or
you can. I mean, that would be a plan that I would have in the playbook. Like,
Go on.
No. Having a spy will definitely be a plan. But now it's who's a spy. They tried to use, I think it was for the Giants. They tried to use Sam Williams as a spy. Not a good choice. Not against this guy. Not a good choice. Now, you talk about wishing you had a guy. Now would be time that you wish you had Agent Zero. You wish you had a guy like Damarian Overshown who can go out and run sideline to sideline. But this sounds like it's an assignment for a guy like Damone Clark, a guy like Maris Leofau, to get that opportunity to go out there and be a spy. Or if you decide to run it in a situation where, because they've done this a little bit where they're running these inverted coverages, and that they've used like Reddy Stewart sometimes to kind of be that. He's not a linebacker, but he's like the star player. So he's playing that hook curl area, and maybe if you want to bring another, but that's where it gets difficult, because if they got big personnel out there and you're trying to have a smaller, quicker, faster guy, trying to have him out there for an RPO situation or for a spying situation, well, now you got the small dude that has to go up against a big blocking tight end or a pulling guard, or, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's just where it gets a little bit at a disadvantage for you up front. You got to win with your 4 guys up front, but those guys have to understand we are formulating a cup. You hear Coach Eberflus talk about tackling the cup method, where one guy's coming from the inside, one guy's coming from the outside. We're setting this cup or this cone around the ball carrier. This is how you have to rush him. You have to rush him in a cone, in a cup, keeping him in the pocket, not giving him seams and ways out there. You kind of almost got to kind of rush and kind of just play it, rush and play it, and then late hands if he had the time to throw the ball. Because you start getting out of your lanes, I'm telling you, he will kill you with his legs.
24 carries, 178 yards, 7.4 average. His long has been 43. He's got 3 TDs. He's averaging 59 yards a game. He's fumbled once, but he's got 10 first downs. This kid, like everything, just I can't add on to what he's saying. If you even like when we played, they would tell a guy who's out of control, like Charles, we need you to do this. Even if you get a quick escape and you beat your guy and he totally missed you, you have to get back in your lane. You have to get back in your lane, because a lot of times when a guy get a quick escape, he like, I got this, and all of a sudden he just goes straight at the quarterback. This quarterback here, when you rush him from the outside, you have to aim for his middle but play to the outside. So if he fake you, he going back inside. And I'm talking about from the end point of view.
That way you have help.
That's where you have help. As 2 tackles, you got to go straight forward. You got a bull rush, and if you got a directional rush where both tackles going to the same side, you have to stay tight. And you have to rip and just stay tight, keep this outside arm free, and make him go into your end. It's all about uniformity. It's all. If you do not do this, this kid will hurt you.
That's got to be tough, because that goes against everything you're taught as a defensive lineman, right? Know your assignment, but like when you're free, okay, hang on, but I got to make sure I'm not too far inside.
But see, this is what separates us from the normal college guy, is the discipline that we have. Like Green Bay.
The discipline you're supposed to have.
Yeah, like Green Bay. Me and Jesse both saw the same thing. They are bringing number 7, the linebacker, but everybody was in their lane. Everybody was in their lane. It just depends on your personnel, their ability to think what's up above the neck, how bad you want to stay within the team concept. The better teams that win games when they're playing equal or greater can do this. And this is a time where we have to do this. If we want to have a true shot at beating this team, do what the coach asks you to do. Now, when it comes to the spy, ain't nobody out there can dance with this kid unless he's almost like a DB, because our linebackers can't dance with this kid, and I don't think they giving Lee a foul.
Yeah,
for some reason they not letting him play. For some reason, he next to Clark, he's the next. You know what I'm saying? So, but if they put him in the game and let him play, we got him. But anybody else, any other linebacker you think can run with him?
No,
that's it. Now you got to depend on Bell. But if they see Bell, then Brees, then Brees coming.
Yeah.
They go, oh, man, they go Bell. Remember him? Let's run.
No, and that's the part where, that's why first and down is so important, because you want to put yourself in a position on third down that the distance is far enough.
Yes.
Where
he can run for
he can run for all the distance.
Right.
He can run for all of them. Like, it could be 3rd and 13, and if you give him a seam, he'll run away from you. But more so that they have to go passing, right? They can't have an option of, if it's 3rd and 3, they just quarterback draw, quarterback run, RPO, like that type of stuff you want to keep out of the equation, because you have to play 11 on 11 football. And this is actually, this just hit me. This game is going to be great practice and implementation for the next couple of games that you have, because you got Bryce Young coming up, you got Jayden Daniels coming up, you got Kyler Murray coming up. All these guys and quarterbacks you kind of need to keep in this pocket, in this cup, and not allow them to kind of, be maneuvering and dancing around the pocket. So whatever game plan that you run here, this should be good enough to that I can carry over to next week when I play the Panthers, and the week after that when I play the Commanders, and the week after that when I play the Cardinals. So because they all have a running style quarterback. A quarterback who, if you give him an inch, he will take a yard.
What is it you're seeing? Because stat-wise, through 3 games, he hasn't thrown an interception yet, and he's got a 100.1 passer rating. What makes you not worry? Is he not going down the field with it? So everything's short.
They're trying to run the football. They're trying to slow the game down. Aaron Glenn, they want to be a physical running football team. They want to run the ball a lot. They want to control the clock, and then they want to make easy play action throws. You see a lot of throws, out routes, quick routes. They don't want that. That's been Justin Fields' biggest problem, is that he runs into a lot of sacks because he holds the football too long. Not because the offensive line is always bad. It's because you hold the football too long, and he he relies on his athleticism. So sometimes, instead of him, you look at the way Dak has, and I did a breakdown on this morning, just the way that Dak is working his way in the pocket, not trying to get out of the pocket, but just working himself through the pocket, and then delivering the ball down the field. When the pocket looks a squeamish bit erratic for Justin Fields, he's gone. And those level of quarterbacks at times run themselves into sacks. And they can tell you, as an offensive lineman, if I know what the protection is, we call the protection in the huddle, I know what the route is, I know where my help is at, I know my help is not at, so I'm blocking a dude a certain way. But if this quarterback is a runner and he's all over the place, well, I'm blocking according to the protection. Sometimes young quarterbacks and athletic quarterbacks, they forget the protection and rely on athleticism. And now Nate is like, well, my help is inside, so I'm going to dance when I'm over here. And now you all of a sudden you look, and that dude showed up the field. You're like, where he going? Well, the quarterback wasn't inside where he was supposed to be. He outside, and you like, and now everybody going, God dang, Nate, fat boy, you gave up a sack. Nate like, he wasn't supposed to run out here. He's supposed to be on the inside of me. What the protection called for.
And that's where you got to have a great offensive line coach. Because, boy, you walking with your head down, the offensive line coach say, hey, as soon as you sit down, hey, bro, we did the protection. I got you. We did the protection. He need to be where he need to be on this one. But only time we'll get in trouble is quick escapes.
Right.
And that is what, if you get a quick escape, get back in your lane. Remember early against Philadelphia, how Fowler beat the kid real quick? And what's called, he said there like, you didn't stay in your lane. He just took off 15 yards, So we got to be disciplined, man. That's just eloquently spoken, man.
Thank you, man.
Good stuff. Good
Thank
stuff, man.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, final segment of Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, where there's a $5,000 winner every single day. Shop with 7 rewards, then play the in-app game for a chance to win $5,000 in cash. New daily cash winners only at 7-Eleven. Are you next? No purchase necessary. Ends 1/6/2026. U.S. and D.C. Ages 16 and older. For full official rules and free gameplay, go to 5k-day.com/rules. There we go.
Nice.
Thanks. Nate. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do with Quinnen Williams? How you stop him?
Double team. Now, you can. I've seen people block him one-on-one. I've seen that. And I think that was just the plays he was taking off.
They have anybody else on their D-line to worry about? Or is he
number 97 is a load, but he kind of plays to his own tune right now. And he's got to, if he stopped doing that and play within defense, big number 97, give me his name here. Harrison Phillips. If he play within the scheme, he could do some damage because he'll walk. If he get mad, he can walk you back up on top of that quarterback. Number 78, Jay Tuafili.
There you go.
He is a little spark plug. He's a little spark plug. He'll run around. They play a lot of over in their regular defense. And then when they're regular 1st and 10, 2nd and 5. Huh?
What does that mean?
Over means where the strength. If your tight end is to the right, they have an end over him, a tackle over the end over the tackle. They have a 3 technique and a nose guard. Those 3 guys will be covered. Then they have a big gap over the guard, and then they have a defensive end. And they always kind of plan that over. But what they'll do sometime, and what I tried to figure out was they'll slide that guy that's over on the strong side over the guard. They'll kind of slide him to the inside eye sometime. To the outside eye, and they'll bring that guard just slightly, that tackle on the left guard slightly to the inside, and it kind of look like a 4-man front. the longer the distance of the pass, they'll come more to an even look. But with the tackles over the guards playing shaded, and it'll look like an over, but it won't be an over. And that's how we'll read it as a line, because we'll go from 51, I think, is the outside linebacker, and 44 is your middle, and that's where we'll be reading from when we're reading from the strength. Like I said, the longer the pass distance, because I don't believe it's no more thing as third and long, it makes it a passing down, a second and long. It's like when it's a passing situation, they're kind of balanced up. Now, they will run a game here and there, but not like we saw with Green Bay. They'll blitz a one guy, but not like Green Bay. What Coach is trying to do, Coach Glenn and Coach Steve Wilkes, is they trying to just stay basic and see who can play. Now, I heard Isaiah, and I'm going to ask Jesse the same thing. They say on the back end, they have changed depending on who they play. They've changed the zone or man, how much they play. I don't know all of that, so I can't speak on it. But I know up front, if you want to run the ball, you can get in the middle, but everything I've seen is on the edges. Everything I've seen, especially Miami. Miami had them up on the edges for us running and passing, just getting that ball out of there. That is what I've seen. They trying to play hard, and people say, well, the Jets' defense ain't as good as it's been. I disagree. I don't think Coach Wilkes, our coach Glenn, is calling a lot of games, a lot of stunts, a lot of blitzes. I just don't see it like I see it with other teams, where they'll see you in the game and then make the little small adjustments. But Jess, you're a little more knowledgeable on that stuff.
I mean, it's when you're 0 and whatever they are, they haven't won a game this year. Mm-hmm. They're just picture this for a second. Because Coach Glenn, Aaron Glenn, is their head coach. He came over from Detroit. He's a defensive guy. Right? So just put this thought process in your mind. Their entire team is 0-4. They're playing bad both offensively and defensively. Think about what we are going through defensively with us and how we're talking about simplifying and more communication and all this other stuff defensively. They're having to do that as a whole because they aren't good on either side of the ball. So everything has to be so much more simple. Your quarterback isn't a quarterback that's going to be able to win games for you by himself, right? So I have to figure out a way that, but he's also not good enough to, even if you wanted him to win a game by himself, he don't have the arm to do that. He don't have the quarterback
savvy,
aptitude and savvy to kind of go out there and do it like that. He can go out there and be an athlete. But so now I got to make sure that he doesn't get outside of himself. And now he's trying to do things that's out of his wheelhouse, and now you throwing a game away. So offensively, it's more of, I don't necessarily need you, Justin Fields, to win the game, but I don't need you to lose the game for us either. So they're stuck in between that. And then defensively, it's because we have to make sure that we don't give up too many points because we don't have the offense that's going to be able to go and score points. I have to make sure guys are playing free and fast.
Right.
How do I do that? I simplify the message. I have fewer calls, fewer stunts, fewer blitzes, because now guys know what they have to do and can play faster. And in hopes that we are able to maintain and kind of keep this at a reasonable distance so that either they turn the ball over, they got to punt, and then now we get a chance offensively to kind of wear the clock down, run it down. They want to muck it up. They want to have a physical fight. By the time they get into the fourth quarter, that this thing is more, it's just an easier game for them to win. I think I even seen a stat when it comes to Justin Fields that like teams that he's playing on the starting, that if they score more than 25 points, 21 points a game, he's 0-25. He's 0-25, and it starts. And if an opposing team scores 21 points or more,
so he
ain't lighting up the scoreboard.
So, is it a stat where you can look up and see what they're giving up in the second half of games? Is it a stat?
Yeah, they should be able
The thing that's amazing to me is, like I said, I was listening to Isaiah on his show, and I wanted to ask Jesse doing our show is, they ain't just, I mean, they losing. Yes, they are, but the games, by the end of the game, it looked like it's been closer than what it was. You look at the game like, wow, they got whooped. But then at the end of the game, you see the score like, okay, it didn't look as bad. You know what I'm saying? But they lost.
Yeah, Justin Fields is 0-25 in his career when opposing teams score 21 points or more.
Just 21?
Just 21.
21 points or more.
So you get 3 touchdowns.
21 points or more. You're going to win against
home.
Justin Fields.
Wow.
We said Jets scoring in the defense. How many they've given up in the second half?
Yes,
they've given up 13.3 points in the second half.
Right.
It's 23rd in the league.
Yeah.
Dallas has given up 14.5.
So,
and another fun matchup to look out for is our number one wide receiver. No, let me stop. Is George Pickens versus Sauce Gardner.
You don't hear a lot about Sauce anymore.
Because you don't hear much about the Jets anymore.
I know. Is he still good? But is he still a
he's
lockdown guy?
So here's the thing about Sauce Gardner. Like Sauce Gardner, and if you go back and look at some of the plays where, or some of the games where they'll every now and again, they'll kind of go Sauce follow. Mm-hmm. They'll star. You go, but it's normally to the bigger wide receivers. He shut down Mike Evans. He shut down DJ Metcalf when he was on him. The 80-yard touchdown, he wasn't on him. I think he was guarding DK Metcalf like 14 or 16 out of the 18 routes that he ran, or 21 routes that he ran. And last year, going back to last year, Week 7, 2024, when George Pickens was with Pittsburgh, they faced off, and Sauce Gardner guarded him 14 out of the 21 routes that he ran in that game. They were all wide alignments. The quarterback threw it his way on those 14 passes 4 times for 1 reception for 12 yards. Other than that, but in that game, he had 9 targets for 5 receptions and 111 yards and a touchdown against the other DBs.
So if you're the Jets, you just go, okay, Sauce, follow Pickens, and then we're going to load the box. Game over.
And on top of that,
Turpin's going to be out. Like all this, like you got nobody else to catch the ball. All they can do is run.
Yeah, because the Jets defense through 4 weeks, they play man coverage 31% of the time, cover 1. And man coverage is 0 coverage, right? Everyone has a man. Cover 1 is a single high safety. So there's still man underneath, but there's a single high safety that if anything breaks down. They play that 24% of the time. They play zone 64% of the time. And then when they play in the zone, they're playing cover 3 and then cover 4.
Yeah, Kurt said they're 9th in blitz percentage at 28.6, but you're just 31st in quarterback hits and 39th in pressure.
They have no interceptions and no fumble recoveries. Yeah, they just playing bland football.
And this is the part I was talking about earlier when you have to keep this guy in the cup. Because the Cowboys defensively this year against scrambled runs from the quarterback through the first 4 weeks, they faced 13 different, out of the 4 quarterbacks they faced, 13 rushes. They've allowed 109 yards. That's 8.4 yards of carries, 8 first downs, and 2 touchdowns. So this is one of those quarterbacks that's going to challenge you when it comes to the scramble. It's going to challenge you in that way. But I look forward to the matchup. Like that's the part of the game where you look at good on good. Sauce Gardner versus George Pickens, and you want to be looked at as a number 1. These are the games you have to show up and be consistent. You can have one good game against Green Bay. You can't go spit the bit, especially if they're doing one-on-one coverage across the field. But I do like the way that that Dak and Schottenheimer are kind of just in lockstep with one another. They got a good chemistry going, and I believe that they'll continue that this week against the Jets.
They have
Kurt's
stats. Jets have yet to allow more than 225 yards passing. 14th in passing yards allowed overall. So
the last two teams they've played against, I think it's 32 and 34 rushes. they make the Jets, and however you want to look at it, they make the Jets defend the run. So are we going to be patient enough, the game going to be close enough that we can just continue to threaten them with the run? Because the way they look at it, the way teams that have played them look at it is they rather keep them weary of that, because I think they got average pass rushers on the outside, but I think what they got in the inside is special.
Yeah.
So, but they don't want to find out. Nobody don't want to just throw that ball 60 times and find out. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like. That's what it seems like. Because check me and see if I'm right. I know they've had close to 30 rushes.
31. Miami had 31 last week.
Right.
Yeah.
And before that, Tampa?
Tampa. Let me look.
Was it Tampa? They played someone else.
Tampa. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many rushes they had?
They had 34.
Yeah. So, and they was Evans was hurt and somebody else was hurt, so they had to go to their rush game, but they won. They won. So
Buffalo had 43.
Yeah. So they.
Javonte Williams.
Let's go.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Cowbell.
Put him in your fantasy lineup. All right, fellas. Jesse, good to have you back.
Yes,
Hey, good stuff. Great
some
shirt.
Good stuff on Bring
Kurt.
Your Pocket. Yeah.
Yep.
Good seeing you.
Yes,
Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. Josh, thanks for keeping
You sure you don't
company.
want to share?
We'll be back. One more try.
Yep.
Be back tomorrow. Mo, get better. Be back tomorrow.
Love you, Mo.
Predictions.
Mo, love you, baby.
See you later.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!